Just a quick plug for goldfish before we get into this. They have a reputation for being short-lived and dying easily. I really feel like they don't deserve this, and I will explain why later on in the video. Number 1. Poor water quality. Without a doubt, the number one goldfish killer is poor water quality. So you see, goldfish need their water parameters to be within a certain range, which can vary from goldfish type to goldfish type. This is why it is important to always look up the proper parameters for any of your fish. It's part of your duty as the carer of the fish to ensure that these parameters are kept. When you first add fish, the water is usually just fine, but once you start feeding and the fish starts producing waste, ammonia starts building up. In an established aquarium with a cycled filter, bacteria keeps the ammonia levels from rising. But in a new tank, there's nothing to stop it. And in older tanks, a lack of filter and going too long between water changes can cause surges too. Ammonia is super toxic. It burns the fish, often causing black smudges, damages gills and causes the fins to look streaked with blood, and many more. The fish dies slowly or suddenly, depending on how strong it is. What's the worst part? You can't see it or smell it. The only way to know for sure if your water has ammonia in it is to test it. Now, ammonia isn't the only goldfish killer. Nitrate or pH crash are other water quality problems that can do your fish very quickly too. To avoid problems with toxic water within the first several weeks of getting your new fish, cycling your tank is a very good idea. Click the card up above to see how to cycle a tank. Number 2. Overfeeding. Overfeeding can cause poor water quality. Even if there isn't any excess food left over after you're done feeding your fish, they still could have eaten more than they should have. This leads to too much fish waste, which is especially more dangerous in a smaller environment. The toxins from the waste can cause ammonia spikes, which hurt the fish. The solution? Stick to a proper feeding routine. Number 3. Bad bacteria. While you may already understand the importance of good bacteria as it relates to your filter, bad bacteria is present in all aquariums, even healthy ones. They hang around and wait for the fish to get stressed, sick, injured or weak, and then they strike. Bacteria can cause external or internal infection. Common ailments like fin rot, mouth rot or ulcer disease are usually caused by external bacteria, whereas spotissima, which is bloody red veins in the tail, or dropsy, can be from an internal bacterial infection. Many times, parasites are the underlying cause of a bacterial infection. If you're wondering ways to cure a disease such as this, I'll find a video and put it in a card up above, and I hope I can help you. Number 4. Sick pet store fish. This is a big one. I feel like it often leads to a lot of confusion as to why a fish dies suddenly. Most pet stores selling fish come to you carrying parasites, internal and external. Some you can see like ick or lice, but many of the times they're invisible to the naked eye. They cause stress to the fish over time as they damage their tissues by chewing away at it. Many times the fish can take it without too much of a problem, but after several months go by, parasites have multiplied and the fish is too weak to keep resisting. The good news, even if your fish comes to you with bugs, which most do, you can treat them right away and get rid of them before they become a problem, using quarantine. But if your fish goes untreated, it's usually only a matter of time before it succumbs. I have a hospital tank. It's just a 15-gallon that I keep. I put my fish in it when they're sick or pregnant, but obviously some people don't want to go out and buy a second tank dedicated to rarely having fish in it. A solution that I like to tell people is to buy a plastic container or tub. They're very cheap. You can grab an extra filter and a heater from a shop, or if you have one lying around, and set them up and treat your fish. Number 5. Bad keepers. Goldfish are most likely one of the most abused fish in the hobby, as they are so cheap and often seen as throwaway fish. People don't really appreciate their true beauty. In Australia, you can buy them for $3 and you can win them at fairs and carnivals. Most people just put them in a bowl or a jar and leave them in the bag. They need a filter and possibly a heater, depending on where you live in the climate. They also need a tank at least 15 gallons or a 55 litre. Not providing these things for your goldfish can make them more stressed, and as we discussed before, stress makes them more susceptible for bad bacteria to strike and for your fish to die to disease and parasites. In summary, goldfish are commonly abused fish that need everything every other fish does. They're no different. If you found this video helpful, remember to subscribe and like and share, as it really helps out my channel, and it's free. I'm trying to hit 100 subscribers by 2023. Please assist me in this journey. The comment of the video goes out to... Leave a comment down below for a chance for a shout out next video. I'll see you later. Stay safe. Bye.